Hey guys, Brian the Shaving Geek here with another episode of my Shave of the Day. Whereas yesterday, going into my Shave of the Day video, I knew it was going to be a relatively short video. Today I have a feeling this is going to be a longer video. Today I use 2 soaps, 2 brushes. I also have a conversion story to tell and a small mail call. So let's get right to it. Today I used 2 different brushes, as I said, and then they were both my Semogues. Now this one is the Owners Club 2012, which is a mixed badger and boar. And then this is a 1438, which is a boar only brush. Love both of these brushes, and at the end of 2014, these brushes were at the top of the heap, so to speak, with regards to my brushes. Of course, then came the Personna, and that kind of changed the game for me. But I still enjoy getting these brushes out from time to time, and today was no different. I really enjoyed using this. Now, the Owners Club 2012, the last couple of times I've had it out, I had a little bit of trouble getting the lather out of the soap. Not sure if I just wasn't loading things as much as I should have, or what was going on. But today, this performed a lot better for me. I don't want to say I've never had a problem with it. I've had some problems where I've underloaded this brush, but this brush usually is a great performer for me, and today was no different. Now, between these 2 brushes, this one here was a Piff to me from Busta, and I'm not really sure what these sell for. I'm sure it's quite a bit more than this 1438. The 1438 is a great brush. It's under $20, and I'm wanting to say it's in the $14 or $17 range. And when I got into wet shaving, I thought of badger brushes as being the quintessential shaving brush. And so I didn't even think boar. Just getting into the hobby, I was thinking badger. And so I went with a cheap badger brush and a Scally badger brush. And nothing wrong with that. It was a great place to start. But as I, got into wet shaving a little bit more and started hearing about boar brushes, I thought, you know what, I want to try one out. And for under 20 bucks, come on, I'll roll the dice on that and see what, we get. And I'm glad I did, because this, once it's broken in, a boar brush is just a wonderful brush. It's got nice backbone, but the tips are still nice and soft. And it just lathers soap very, very well. Now, is it as soft as the Personna? No, nothing is as soft as the Personna. But it still is a great brush. And if you're new to wet shaving or thinking about getting into wet shaving, then I would really recommend that you check out a boar brush instead of a cheap badger brush, because once you get this broken in, it'll take maybe 15 to 20 shaves, but once you get this broken in, it will be a great performer for you. One of the things to note is this, again, being the 1438, does have this traditional shaped handle. And, some guys have had issues with it cracking, splitting, chipping. And so many people recommend the acrylic style handle, which can be found on, I think it's a 620 or the 840 or some of the other Semogues. But definitely, check these boar brushes out. Been very, very happy with mine. I went with the classic handle just because I like that classic look. But, if you're worried about the chipping, cracking, whatever, then definitely maybe take a look at the acrylic handles. For me, I was willing to run the risk for, 14, 17 bucks. If it starts cracking, falling apart, I'll probably either have the knot put in another handle or, who knows. But definitely not a bad gamble. Now, for my razor today, I used a newcomer to the den. This is a Star razor, which isn't as highly collectible as, the Gillettes. I picked this up at a flea market / antique show this weekend. Got it for a song. And I actually picked up another Star there a couple of years ago, maybe 2-3 years ago. And that razor has been a fun razor to use. It's got a little bit of a different style handle, a different shape handle. In fact, if you look at it from this angle, it is in the shape of a star. And this razor I picked up just because I really like the handle. I like the grooves on it and just the feel of this in the hand. And it's in relatively excellent condition. It shaves very similarly to me, as does my other Star, to the Tex, a ball-end Tech or something of that nature. It's a mild shaver, but it performs very, very well. And today I actually loaded it with a new blade to me, the blue Personna, also known as the Personna Med Prep. I never really understood why it was called the Med Prep until I unwrapped it, and on the blade it says for hospital use. And so there's the Med Prep name. But I've used the red Personas before, but never used the blue Persona. And I don't remember if it was Pete Schivani or, boy, Pete, I butcher your name every time, or Peter Edgemere, who I've recently traded with or sold. They've sold stuff or piff stuff to me. And but somebody along the line, whether it was in a sale or a piff or whatnot, they sent me a pack of these in a little plastic bag, 12 or 15 of these blades. And so today I tried it out, enjoyed it. Is it going to climb to the top of the heap as far as my blades go? I don't think so, but it's definitely one of the ones that I know I'm going to enjoy. And so I'm going to have, obviously, a lot of opportunity to try it around in different razors. But today was a very, very comfortable shave. And after 2 passes, I was just about BBS. I was very, very surprised by the performance. I was already planning on going 3 passes because, I was really enjoying the combination, as I'll share here in a minute. But after I got done with my second pass, I was like, boy, I really don't know as I need to go another pass. There was just a couple of areas where I needed to do a touch-up. So I went ahead with the 3rd pass anyhow. I was having such a blast with the soap combo. But this combination today worked very, very well. Very little irritation, no nicks, no weepers, and just overall a very, very comfortable shave from this Star loaded with a Personna Med Prep. Now, my soaps today, this kind of came as a result of a post that somebody put on one of the Facebook groups. I don't remember who it was, but they were saying how they would like an artisan to make a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup soap. And so I responded. It was just after Shaver Heaven had released their peanut brittle soap. I said, well, Coco Maya Mickey Lee Soapworks has the Coco Maya. Shaver Heaven has the peanut brittle. Put them together, and you've got your Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. And then I got to thinking some more, which is always a dangerous thing for me to do. But I am somebody who I love cafe mochas. I don't really enjoy Starbucks coffee. To go to Starbucks and just get a plain Jane cup of coffee, don't like their coffee hardly at all. The blonde roast I like, but other than that, I just don't care for Starbucks coffee. When I do go to Starbucks, I usually get a cafe mocha. And, it's combining 2 of the things I love the most in this world, coffee and chocolate. Now, I love my wife more than coffee and chocolate, and I love God more than my wife and coffee and chocolate. But 2 of the things that I love most in this world are coffee and chocolate. And so I have in my den Coco Maya. I have Expresso from Reef Point Soaps. So I got to thinking, hey, let's put together these 2 soaps and let's have a go at a cafe mocha. Now, both of these soaps stand alone. They're great scents on their own, and their performance is not to be questioned. Coco Maya from Mickey Lee Soapworks. Whew, oh man, I love this stuff. It's like dark chocolate brownie batter. I mean, I want to attack this with a spoon every time I open it. This espresso from Reef Point Soapworks is awesome. I absolutely love it. Whew. It's got that nice coffee scent, which really reminds me of when I was a teenager and I was living in Manaus, Brazil. There was this coffee roaster that we would go by, and it just really reminds me of that. But then there's also a sweetness and a chocolatiness there. So I just love it. I really, really enjoy it. So today, I lathered these puppies up. I believe I used my 1438 and the Reef Point Espresso and my Owners Club 2012 and the Coco Maya. And I kind of alternated and laid down a base of one and then went at it with the other. And then the next pass, I flip-flopped and just had an absolute blast and a great shave. The performance of both of these is wonderful together. It was very, very good. Good cushion, good glide, nice slickness. And the scent was just great. I really, really enjoyed putting these 2 soaps together, the Coco Maya and the Reef Point Espresso, for a cafe mocha shave today. And it was just an enjoyable shave for me. Now, as far as the aftershave, I always struggle with both of those to know what to pair, what aftershave to pair with those, because they're a little bit outside the box. They're not a barbershop scent. They're not a citrus scent. They're not a floral scent. And what I did is I went ahead and I paired it with this Barbershop from Stirling. Now, this is a great scent. I love it. Whew. There's something about this Barbershop scent. There's some notes in there that remind me of like a fresh baking ginger snap cookie. And I don't know why, or a gingerbread. But there are notes. Now, does it smell like gingerbread? No. But there are just notes that remind me of that. And so that's why I went with this today. It's a little bit of a darker, heavier barbershop scent than like a London barbershop or one of those, the Kraken from Mickey Leaf Soapworks, which are a little sweeter to me barbershop scent. And then the other reason why I went with this is because my wife loves this scent. For some reason, this is one of her favorite scents, and I always get a great reaction from this scent. So, woohoo! Thank you, Stirling. But that's what I went with today, and it was just a great feel. It was just a great way to finish up my shave. And so, keeping the wife happy, happy wife equals happy life. And then, we'll use that to transition over to my conversion story. So speaking of my wife, I've been trying to convert her to traditional wet shaving just about since the time that I got started. And she took a liking to my soaps, and she's pretty much been using my soaps for shaving for a while now. I think it started with, I got a custom soap from Irina that matched a scent of a bath soap that she was getting, and she used it, loved it. Once she Titanic that, she grabbed some of my Eva Nestorova scents. She's just about sold on her own. Titanic my Eva Nestorova Lime. She uses my Thanks Living scent from Soap Commander. She just kind of works her way through it. And there's the dog in the background. Yay. But I'm going to keep going here. And so she really, is embraced the soap part of it. But the razor part of it, not so much. I finally talked her into trying a double-edged razor, my Lady Gillette, back, I want to say it was in October, November, and it didn't go well. And so from then on, she has not had any interest at all in trying any of my razors. Last week, I got a couple of razors that my brother had picked up at an antique shop for me, and one of them was a injector type J, which I do believe was originally marketed as a lady's razor, although I don't know that for sure, but it has a longer handle on it, and I should have got it out, but it's buried in the back there, so we'll forego that. Has a longer type handle on it. And so I suggested to my wife that she give that a whirl. I cleaned it up, loaded it with a new blade, and long story short, she used it yesterday and she loved it. So mission accomplished. I think I've got the cartridges on their way out the door, and I've got a happy wife using the injector type J. Speaking of injectors, my mail call today is a pack of Personna injector blades. I'm looking forward to trying these out. I've been using Schick injector blades, and this here is some injector blades that I bought from Razor Emporium, and so excited to see how these work. I've got a number of different injectors. I've got the J that my wife is using, my C, my E, and an F. And I haven't shaved with the F yet. I keep saying I need to. It's actually new old stock, which is partly what's kept me from using it. But I have no shelf queens here. I buy my razors to use them, and so maybe tomorrow I'll get the F out and we'll load it with one of these and we'll have a go. But excited to check these blades out and see if they perform any differently than the Schick injector blades. We'll see how it all goes. So this is Brian the Shaving Geek, having had a wonderful day, having had a wonderful shave, excited about the fact that I think I've got my wife converted from cartridges, enjoying the soaps that I've got, and hope you enjoyed my story here. I'd love to hear from you on maybe any scent combinations that you've put together of various soaps, see how you've made out, and just let me know. I'd love to hear some feedback. So this is Brian the Shaving Geek reporting live from my shave den, wishing you a lifetime of happy shaves. Have a great day, everybody.